Hi, my name's Amy.
I'm Isabella.
I'm Reckless Lee.
And I'm Jamie McAndrew.
Today we're going to be talking a bit about Reckless Lee's company and about the event Jamie and Lee have co-founded together. So first, just start off, how did you start your journey as dancers?
Go first.
Oh, God. I can't remember starting. I was literally a toddler. So,
okay.
I've always danced. And then that has changed, the styles and stuff have changed throughout. I'd done, ballet and tap as a child. And then I went more into, street dance styles when I was a teenager. And then I went to college to study dance professionally. Then I moved to London and did my final year down here. And then after that, I just kind of threw myself into finding a style that I wanted to do. Lee was always very, strong on, there needs to be, one style that you really, love and, that you throw yourself into. Because, my journey in London started when Lee and I kind of started being together as well. So he's always been a part of my London journey and is a strong influence, I would say, in my dance journey as well. So, through kind of throwing myself into different styles, I found voguing, and then I went down that route for a little while.
She was pretty good as well.
Thank you. I haven't really been doing it as much. It's always there. It's part of, definitely part of the foundation of my freestyle movement for sure. And I'm always saying I need to get back into training and stuff. But more recently it's more just, I've been more concentrated on my career, which is the fire performance stuff.
Yeah, I literally stalked your Instagram.
Yeah,
and it was so cool.
But that's taken away slightly. Obviously, I'm strongly influenced with dance, the way I perform as a fire performer, or a fire dancer, as I call myself. That's kind of where my focus is now, alongside obviously supporting Lee and the kind of Reckless London business now. So I'm heavily in the street dance scene still and the breaking scene. Which is
the business side of street dance.
Yes.
Also the dancing side.
Yes,
that's quite cool.
Exactly.
That's
Fun,
fun,
yeah. That's a good way to put it. I'm on the business side of street dance now. Good. That's my new tagline.
Oh, my turn.
Travelers.
All right. Yeah, for me, I started when I was 13. So before that, I was a trampolinist. I was in the Welsh national squad. I literally grew up trampolining, so that was what I did. And it was just too strict. So, I saw some breaking on TV. It was the Shy FX music video, Shake Your Body, and it had Little Tim, Super J, and Sunanda were in it all breaking. And I saw that, and I was like, I want to do that. And then my sister dragged me to some sort of youth club in Wales in the middle of nowhere. And I just started breaking there and just sort of fell in love with it. So it's literally been what I've been doing for the past 22 years. So competing competitively all around the world, doing shows, performances, but it's all specifically really been breaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have done other stuff. I grew up in Wales, as I've mentioned already, and I'm going to say that about 6 times in it, because I repeat myself. And I was in a street dance crew there that competed in the UDO competitions. So, I've always done other things as well, done some hip hop, popping, locking, and so then I ended up joining Boy Blue for a little bit at points, Bird Gang. So I've done other things, but the majority of the time it's been breaking.
Yeah.
And then sort of through lockdown, there wasn't much to do. So I focused mainly on teaching online, and from that, I've ended up developing a bunch of students who are now growing. And the next stage for me is to focus on producing the next generation and providing them opportunities through events.
That was really nice.
Cool, So when did you create the Reckless London company, and how did that come about?
So Reckless London itself has only existed for how long? A couple of months?
Yeah.
Really?
It's very new, and it's new and it's not. Launching the name Reckless London is new, but obviously the building blocks of all of that has been for years now.
Yeah, the logo was designed by a friend of mine who's from Bird Gang, Matt P. and Carey, shout out. If you need the logo, guy's sick. And so he designed this logo to sort of look like this kind of Celtic pattern, and it was an RL, and it was meant for Reckless Lee at the time. And then as things started to develop, I realized I can't just have that as Reckless Lee and everyone sort of representing Reckless Lee, because that's me and everyone has their own personality. So, but the logo had sort of stuck at that point.
Yeah.
So we just turned the L into London. So Reckless London became the name, in which we now put all of our stuff under it. So like the event that, you know, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about is under Reckless Jams, because this is Jams.
I'm
Jamie,
the Jam.
she's the Jams.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
I was going in with like, well, I always said it when we first started doing all this stuff, I was like, I'm the silent partner. Like, no one knows it's me as well. It's like, Lee, and then I'm just like silent under there. So not many people even knew it was the Jams, but then Lee was like, I really need some more support. And people know that you're involved so that they can come to you as well, because he was just getting absolutely like drowned in like life. And so then, so now I tell people I'm the Jam.
That's really cute.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
It's true though.
Reckless Jams.
And then, from there we got Reckless Jams, we've got like Reckless Breaking Academy London, which is what I teach everything through. Reckless Entertainment London is a performance team, which I'm developing for breakers to be able to go out and do like corporate shows and things like that. So it all falls under the RL. Yes, and get paid.
Yeah, I
So-
saw
dancers can
was
make
it like the
money.
Guildhall or something?
Yeah, we did a show
Yeah,
at
I
the
saw
Guildhall.
something there.
Yeah.
That's
That
our
was
first
so
show
good.
under the company.
Really?
It was
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
insane. Like
It was a pretty good one to
It was a
start
pretty
with.
good one to start with.
Really
And
cool.
and then also Reckless Spinware London will exist because I want to
Soon come.
soon coming. It's about to be released. Just design some spinware for some breakers to be able to wear. That's actually good for them to break in
Yeah.
from the UK, because there are stuff that already exists.
Yeah.
But you have to order it from USA. You have to order it from
It's quite
Russia.
off-branded, a lot of it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like brands that I would never even heard of, like sell that
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of stuff.
for sure. Yeah, it's small.
never
It's
like-
because it's so niche.
Yeah, it's never like Adidas, Nike or anything. I
Oh,
don't
no, of
normally
course
see
not.
it from there.
No, it's
No.
not profitable enough for them, that's why.
Exactly. So trying to design something that people can access in the UK that they don't have to pay extortion amount of.
Yeah.
Especially since Brexit.
Yeah, delivery is
Damn,
mental.
The
these
government's
days.
always been brung up recently.
No, honestly, I went on to, there's a company called Green Panda, and they make breaking mats, and they're really good, and they look sick, and I was like, I want to order one of those. The mat itself was like, I don't know, 90 quid or something. Post and package was 250 quid.
Yeah.
No way.
How can the post and package be like more than double?
Yeah.
That just like hurts my heart.
Yeah,
to know
yeah.
that that's like real.
Yeah, I'd
like,
have to say a quick prayer before I press checkout.
And I want to support their brand. They're
That's
making
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
I
Brand.
want to,
Shout
I
out
want to.
sponsor. we are in your email inbox. You can find us. But yeah, postage.
It's crazy.
Killing
Anyway,
us off.
I don't know how we've got onto that tangent, but there we go. Yeah, Reckless London. That's the whole
Umbrella.
thing. It's like, it's going to be.
Little umbrella of
I'm just doing this.
It's just like company, they're like sub-companies
Yeah.
within it.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Perfect. So, have either of you had any embarrassing moments in your career?
Mine's quite bad. I'm going to let you go first.
No, because that's it. I don't think I can tell the one that I thought of.
AI unfiltered for a reason.
I can't. No.
No?
She's thinking, how will this affect my future when it comes out?
Does this involve someone else?
No.
No, okay, fine. I was
No,
like,
it's just me.
awkward silence. Shall I go first? I want, because when we had a little peek at the questions earlier, and I completely forgot about this, and Jamie reminded me. She was like, "Oh yeah, this incident." And I was like, "Oh no," because at first I was thinking, I've been on stage, I've battled, I've snapped my ankle,
Oh god.
and it's reckless for a reason, right? So I landed a flip. It was awesome. It was going really well. I did a really simple get down. My ankle caved in. And I'm sat on my bum, and I'm looking at my crew, and I'm sliding off on my bum. Like this. And then Gavin and AJ are looking at me going, I don't know this routine.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know this commando. What is this? They had no idea what's going on. I just looked at them, and I was like, I've broken my leg. And they were like, oh. And then they all just ran in and tried to cover it. So, yeah, those are the kind of stories I was thinking of. And then Jamie reminded me of this one. So I was working with Pro Dance Agency with Brooke, Naomi, can't remember who was on it. But yeah, we were all out in the lake. No, what was it? What's the lake?
Lake Como.
Lake Como in Italy. Beautiful area. Yes, it was for the owner of Spotify's wedding.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Really big show. You had Chris Rock was hosting it. You had Bruno Mars was performing. They were all
What the
there,
hell?
and they literally were doing the performance before the dinner. So all of these people, including Mark Zuckerberg, everyone is sat around the table, right in front of us. We're talking.
Yeah.
This is probably the biggest show in the smallest place I've ever done. Like, it was loads of insanely famous people there. The show is meant to start. The lights come up, and me and Brooke were meant to run in and do a flip together. Music starts. I run in. Lights don't come up. I flip. I land. I land wrongly because I can't see the floor. I land on my heels. I go flying backwards. Then the lights come up, and all they see is me stack it backwards through a bunch of giant glass candles, and I shatter them everywhere.
No.
Yeah, shatter them everywhere in front of all these like big names.
Oh my god.
I speak to Brooke after, and I'm like, yo, you didn't flip. He was like, they didn't turn the lights on. Basically, he was like, I'm not doing it.
So he was sensible.
He was
And again,
sensible.
reckless for a reason.
I was like, I must do this flip. Let's go. Like,
Oh my god, the glass as well.
I was
Yeah.
not expecting that.
No, neither.
it gets worse because
There's another moment.
there's another moment
level.
at the after party. We're all chilling there. We're all having a couple of drinks. It's all nice and whatever. And then Mark Zuckerberg comes up to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I was just like,
It's like when you do something in public and someone random comes up to you and you're like, "Oh, you okay?" You're like, "No, please, please pretend it didn't happen."
Pretend you didn't see it.
And it was
Yeah.
Mark.
but it was Mark Zuckerberg
Imagine falling over in the street and Mark Zuckerberg's like, "Oh, you okay?"
Are you alright?
in front of the rest of the team as well. So they were just cracking up at me. They were just laughing and just, yeah. And that was an embarrassing
That is so.
moment.
That is definitely
I genuinely was
embarrassing.
not expecting that.
That-
No, neither. I
you
don't know
go.
what you ever expected that question, but that definitely was unexpected.
Oh my god.
Can you say it now?
I'll say a version.
A version.
She's going to adapt the story a little bit.
Oh, well, it's just going to be very short.
Okay.
But yeah, my job's quite different from Lee's generally, the kind of venues I perform at and stuff and whatnot. But I was in a leotard that was like literally just straps and quite like low cut. But I felt safe.
Yeah.
And I'm performing. And I don't realise until I bow at the end. And when I lower my head to bow, my my left nipple is out. And as I'm walking off stage, I'm then putting it back.
I think that's definitely a different line of work. I don't think that was what you meant
I
to
mean,
do.
I should be charging extra.
Did you get any tips?
No, it wasn't a tipping
Oh, man.
Not even worth it.
That sounds weird as well, but I'm not even going to start to get into that either. I promise I'm not a stripper.
Yeah, definitely two different lines of work, guys. Flipping into glass and having your nipples out.
Yeah.
Like, very different
It
situations.
wasn't voluntary. It wasn't a voluntary nipple. That makes it worse. Obviously the embarrassing part. And then what's even more frustrating is obviously I don't know at what stage it happened, so I don't know how long it was out for. I noticed on the bow, which is the worst. And the photographer that was taking photos and sent me all the photos after the fact, the nipples out in the majority of the photos. So I'm like, yeah, cool.
Surely that's some
That's
level.
great.
Like,
Well,
surely you're not allowed to keep their
Two best,
photos.
most embarrassing stories.
Yeah, we've ever had.
I don't feel like it beats Pip.
Hell yeah.
I don't feel
Caleb's
like it
story.
does beat Pip. I'd rather get no. That's not, I'm not even going to
No,
say
I
that.
don't think you'd have rather each of them. Like, I don't think either circumstance should be
Nobody
happening.
wants embarrassing moments, but they happen to us all, unfortunately.
Character
And
development.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
garment issues is a big one. It happens all the time. So,
I feel like that's definitely going to be an issue in your line of work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because there's kind of like, you have to have it like that. But then,
Yeah, because you want to wear nice cutesy costumes
Yeah.
or whatever, because I'm in obviously cabaret or in nightlife and stuff like that. So your costumes are not practical, but
Yeah.
and then you're trying to do really cool things
like, really
and impress
flashy
the audience.
costumes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, they don't go hand in hand. But to be fair, that has only ever happened to me once, and I perform a lot.
So
So
touch wood.
That's good then. Yeah.
yeah,
Touch wood.
oh my god, yeah, please. I don't need any more of that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So we've heard obviously a lot about the event that you guys co-founded together, Last One Standing. What is the concept of the event?
So the concept itself dates back to Welsh Open B-Boy Champs, which is it was huge. The Welsh Breaking Championships was one of the biggest events in the UK at the time. It was like they had so much funding for it. And a guy who, his name's Chaos, or Richard from Wales, basically designed this concept back in, I don't know, 2004, 2005? No, that's a lie, 2007. I know that because I won the first one. So it's 2007 when it was invented. And after a while, the Welsh Open Breaking Championship just lost its funding. It doesn't exist anymore. So that jam just completely disappeared. In 2015, we decided we wanted to bring that back. So we did at a studio that I was teaching at. We rented the studio. We made the jam happen. It was quite good. We learned a lot of lessons from that in terms of running events. We were very new. We didn't know what we were doing. We lost a lot of money on that one.
Yeah.
We had all these plans and ideas, and
I think that's guaranteed when you first start something like that.
Yeah.
Like you got to lose the
Gotta risk
profit
it
to
for
get
biscuit.
profit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
And we had no idea what we were doing, truly. Like, we were we thought we did. You always do when you're young. Everyone thinks they know what they're doing when they're young.
so but the event actually went really well. It was a mixed style version, and as an example of that, like the final battle was between Breaks and Frankie J. Like the level was crazy. It was actually insane.
I think to everyone else, it was an amazing event, but obviously we were completely shadowed by the fact that we had lost our.
If you go back a little bit on the footage, you got to try and find Frankie J's beat kill to Pow. It's like
We reposted it.
We did repost it.
It's on the Instagram. I'm a little bit just scroll down for a bit.
That was insane. But yeah, anyway, I've digressed. We then stopped doing the event for a while because we had these plans. We didn't get any funding for it. We didn't have any support, so we realised it just wasn't financially viable to run the event. Say 9 years later, 8 years later. It was 8 years later because we're 10 years. Yeah, anyway, 8 years later, I start running my courses under Reckless Breaking Academy London. We're doing all these things, and I just wanted to do like a little performance inspired by belly dance. Actually, I'll elaborate a bit more on that. Jamie is a belly dancer as well, and a very good one. And her friend Katie, who's like one of the best in the country, she does a lot of teaching. And at the end of her sort of courses, she holds a thing called a hafla, where they all get together, they have food, they have drinks, they present their performances that they've learnt on the course to their friends and family so they can show them what they've done. It's a really nice event.
Yeah.
And I thought that'd be really cool at the end of our course.
Yeah.
Right. And
So like a breakdance jam, kind of like a breaking
just a
jam at
little
the
jam
end, at
where
the end
people
of the
can
course.
cipher the newcomers that have battled can compete. We can do a little showcase and just have some ciphers and some fun. Yeah. And a friend of mine, Nara, hit me up and he said, I know the space in London, Samsung KX. They help people put on events all the time. Go hit them up. So I went down there, had a little conversation. We thought, let's have a look at the space. We walked in and were just mind blown by the size of this venue. And at that point, I literally turned to Jamie and said, we need to bring Last One Standing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this
that
needs
is
to
really
be
cool.
bigger than just like a little end of course shindig.
Yeah.
It needs to be
I feel that's like a really wholesome moment, like just to walk in there and be like, nah, we're changing it up.
Yeah, this is going to be major. And you still managed, like the first one we did, you still had your students perform.
At the beginning, they did their thing for their friends and family. I mean, that's where the Phase 1 category, which we have at the event, sort of came from, is that category that allows newcomers to practice battling and gain experience without having to compete against insanely high-level dancers, because the scene is so small, you're always going to end up battling difficult people. Yeah. And sometimes that can be really disheartening. So, yeah.
And then at the same time, the Phase 1 is still at an event where the high-level dancers are, so they can also get the inspiration and, like, have something to, like aspire to, I guess. Like, I want to be there. But for now, I'm going to gain experience and practice here in the Phase 1. And that's kind of what we want, so that they can work alongside each other, but like still have their place and stuff.
I do believe the actual question was about the concept, and
yeah,
I've
fair
like fully gone on a tangent
no,
about
but
the
that
backstory.
yeah, but that's good.
Yeah, and so the way that Chaos invented this what's it called, concept to happen is that it's different from just having a normal tournament. So the idea is to have 10 dancers on the floor. Each dancer has 3 lives, and one has to start. It's usually the winner from the year before.
Yeah.
We have a different way of doing it if that winner can't come back. But yeah, someone has to start. They pick someone. So say I pick Jamie. We battle one round. The winner stays on, and the loser sits down and loses a life.
Okay, that's
So you
really
make
cool.
call-outs, you battle, you have to think of...
It's literally a bit of everything.
Yeah, you have to be tactical about it. And yeah, it's just a really fun, like, and sort of innovative concept that doesn't really exist. It's like a 7 to Smoke as well.
Yeah.
But worse.
With lives and everything.
Yeah. So with the 7 to Smoke, your focus is on winning as many rounds as you can. But with the last one standing, it's not losing as many lives as you can. So it's literally about survival.
Survival of the fittest.
And we also have another award at it, because the winner can sometimes get away with hiding and then being the last person to get called out and have full energy. So to avoid any sort of like people saying like, "Oh, I just took out 20 people, and you beat me and you win," it's like there's an award called the Assassin Prize as well. So the assassin is the one who takes the most lives.
This
so you have the
sounds
last
cool. This sounds really like...
It's really different.
Yeah. No, I've never been to an event like that
So
at all.
Well, you will this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So how does like both your dance careers, how do they like how did they help you create The Last One Standing?
I mean, I've worked, like being in the entertainment industry, I'm working in events all the time. So I see lots of things, I get lots of ideas. And then because we do the breaking version and we do the mixed style version, the mixed style is kind of like, for me anyway, my little way of still staying in like my like pocket of what I used to do. So, I used to battle as a Vogar. We don't call it that; we call it walking balls. But yeah, same. So yeah, I think just I have some experience, not anything comparable to the amount of experience Lee has in the battle scene, and I have to say, like the majority of the ideas and the planning does come from him and his experience. But obviously it doesn't hurt.
I'm completely useless at admin. So I can literally say to everyone all the time, if you're speaking to someone online, you're likely speaking to Jamie.
Fair enough.
Whether it's on his Instagram or Reckless London Instagram or Last One Standing Instagram, it's usually me. Yes.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
No, it's true.
It's rather that we
Or
just
the
go hire
website.
someone.
Yeah, exactly. So
And until we can afford that, I'm working like a dog. But yeah, no, it's good to also have feminine touch, I would say, as well. And someone to keep the boys right.
Oh, there was, honestly, the last file standing, you should have seen it. Like, it was hilarious. So,
I feel like the story's not that funny than the real life.
No, it really is, because yeah, especially if you know the people that were involved with it. So you know how boys can be; they just get into groups and then they don't listen to anyone.
Yeah.
yes.
Now we're talking about the judges, the DJ, and all that. They all crowded round a phone, some of the invites, looking at the phone because it was the England game.
Oh God.
First of all, I don't have time for that.
Now I go over and we're talking Kenrick.
I'm not English.
Kenrick's in there. Tom Malone, Harry, Dirty Harry, Josh Costanzo, a few of the invite, they were all there,
and
crowded round.
Heads,
One, I think it was, I can't remember whose phone it was, but someone's phone. And I'm going over to them and I'm going, guys, we need to start again. We're running behind. Can you get back in your seats and get ready to judge? And they're like, yeah, wait a minute.
They're paying them, by the way. They're being paid.
And I tried like 3 times. I was like, I give up. Jamie. And I was like, help. She walked over. I don't know what Jamie said to them. She put her foot down. I saw them
Scatter.
Yeah.
I've never seen Kenrick look so afraid in his entire life.
Oh my god.
Yes, Ken, I'm getting you. That's right.
I'm only 5 foot 10.
I saw them literally, they were like, sorry.
She
And they
did
were
through some
ready
like
to
silent
go.
threats.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, no, the Scottish accent can come out quite scary sometimes.
That's hilarious.
Will you get back to work? For God's sake!
Right, that's subtitled. That's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of us understood what that was.
Did anyone understand that one? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, no, it helps to have someone.
You said feminine touch, but you also.
Feminine touched and also to put their foot down.
Yeah, exactly.
as you
exactly.
should.
I think also like Jamie's experience comes from a different style of dance, and we are looking. Well, we spoke to the Capsule, which are a partner of our event. They're helping us as part of the media team. So shout out to Luke and the Capsule, and Jenny's a host as well. So she's hosting
cool.
the event. I probably shouldn't have said that. We haven't announced that yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bleep is hosting the event.
She
Nah, you can
hosted
sound-
last time and she absolutely smashed it.
Oh,
And
cool.
even though she doesn't have like much knowledge within the breaking scene, because I know she said that she was quite nervous about that fact,
Yeah.
like hosting a jam that she's not super confident within the style or whatever, but she killed it and she's
Yeah.
so good at what she does. And so
Candy
it was,
smashed it as well.
Yeah.
Because we had 2 female hosts. So
Which I don't know. I've never seen anyone else in the breaking scene.
No, definitely not.
I've
Yeah.
never seen a breaking jam have 2 female hosts.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was so proud.
It's
Yeah.
normally 1 male, 2 male, or male and a female, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's what we've got to go with this time. We've got Jenny. and-
Unfortunately, we've had to downgrade
Unfortunately,
to
we have to
Simon.
downgrade to. Sorry, Simon. It's not a downgrade. It's
He
not a
can
downgrade.
take a joke.
To be fair, he stepped up. He saved us a little bit because
Absolutely.
he was meant
hosted
to.
he hosted our first one as
Yeah,
well.
and
we
he
love
was
him.
meant to judge. He stepped out of the judging seat to host because Candy can unfortunately not make it anymore. But you know, we're super happy to have her back. At
Are we
next
talking
future
about
events. Big O Candy?
The weather.
No, the
no, the
yeah.
rain. Jesus
Sorry, the
Christ.
weather just like went
Yeah, the weather's-
crazy.
yeah.
So
I
literally just
I
thought.
noticed your face as well. It was like it looks like you're really shocked about Candy being the host. But yeah, sorry, the weather just went crazy outside.
Simon, is it South?
Southside Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him. He,
SML.
he teaches me breaking.
Simon Michael Lee.
Does he?
Yeah, he does workshops with us every Friday.
Do we
Mad.
announce the workshop thingy?
Maybe we do, but not just yet.
Okay.
First of all, we talk about SML and what it actually stands for.
Oh yeah, smell
Yeah.
my leg.
Smell my leg.
Um,
Remind him that one. That's what it means. That's what it means. Ask him. Ask him. Say, does
is
it
that
mean
not his like government name?
What?
Smell my leg.
No,
yes.
it's
It's
like,
birth
it's like the
certificate.
initials. It's in the initials.
Yeah. So we renamed
Okay.
it to Smell My Leg or Small, Medium, Large.
Fair enough.
Just anything but Simon Michael Lee or Simon Miguel.
Yeah, I definitely heard someone say something about abbreviating his initials.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
it.
That's what it is. It's
Smell
Simon.
my leg.
Yeah, Smell My Leg.
Smell my leg.
I like that
Fair
one.
enough.
No, we've gone
Sorry,
off
Simon. I
topic.
really apologise.
We're
You're just
gonna get
getting
back.
obliterated.
No,
on our podcast.
we love Simon.
We do
Which
love
camera
Simon.
do I say it to? Middle one.
We love
love Simon. I'm not being forced to say this.
Gun to my head. We love Simon.
No, basically we had Stephanie on the judging panel, but she has a really amazing job opportunity, so
Yeah,
we
fair
can't
enough.
we
Yeah.
can't hold her back.
Yeah.
These big name breakers, they're
happens.
down to support the scene, but they're going to get opportunities.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
And-
left, right, and centre.
And what
Right
can
now-
we do? We can't offer them.
Yeah. Last
The
one
money that
standing
they're
is out of the bank account of us two, so it's not anything
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I say that we do have
Yeah,
some
we do
partners,
have some. Yeah,
So,
our partners
yeah,
do help us a little
they
bit.
do help
yeah.
us for sure. But it's nothing that we can turn to someone like Stephanie and say, we'll give you this instead. So we
Yeah.
understand that they've got to take those opportunities
Yeah.
and take those jobs. So it is what it is. We will miss them on the day.
Yeah.
But
Of course, yeah.
You would do the same.
future ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, like
For
anyone
sure.
else would do the same. So we
Yeah.
kind of get it.
Yeah.
So then we've had obviously Candy in a similar situation where she was going to host again with Jenny, and we were so excited. And unfortunately, she can no longer make it. So Simon's now stepped in to host.
Yeah.
So we do have male-female host, but we still did.
Maybe we'll just dress
female-female
Simon
last
up.
Oh yeah,
Give her a
just as a
wig.
gal.
year. Oh, can we?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Simon, I am not part of this.
I think he'd be down.
Simon, I'm not part of this.
I think he'd
Bella,
be
how many
down.
wigs do you have?
Trust I'll have some at home. I can bring a wig or two. Nice little
Yeah,
dress.
definitely.
Fantastic.
I believe we digressed again.
We have. Anyway.
We were talking about
I
the
can't
capsule.
remember what the question was.
We were talking about the capsule because I was going to say that basically they are supporting us in a way that we're going to develop the last style stand-in and hopefully eventually bring that into other styles.
Mm-hmm.
So one day we may be able to have the last popper stand-in, or the last hip-hopper stand-in. I don't know what the terminology would be. I'm showing that. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but
It will still be called the last one standing.
last one standing. Okay, the last one standing
But it would be
hip-hop,
like-
last one standing
Exactly.
popping, last one standing breaking, last one standing.
Because we also toyed with the idea of doing last style standing. That's what it was called the last time we did the mixed style. But I think for branding purposes, we need to keep it one name. It's confusing enough. So I think it will be last one standing and then the style that we're doing it under. But that's for growth. Right now, we can just about manage to do our break-in and then a mixed style. And like we say, like there's lots of people that want to work with us. So
yeah,
and I can't
It's
even.
a lot.
I can't. I don't know about you, but I cannot handle 2 jams a year. I struggle already.
yeah, we're struggling. But it's fun.
basically, guys, please help.
This is a cry for help.
Honestly,
Straight
without
to the camera. It's a cry.
without a few people that we have on board as part of the team, it would not be possible.
No, absolutely.
Like we got a guy called Sam 16 XVI, but the 16 is silent.
Yep. So just Sam.
Just Sam. No, he's a music producer and editor. He's incredible. He's worked with pretty much every grime artist in the scene. He's the one that edits all the music that you hear that goes with all the video edits that go online. He edits those videos and he makes all the music for it.
Oh, sick.
So he's also making a mixtape that's going to come out for the event that's happening soon. Is an incredible human and he basically can do everything.
Yeah.
So without him,
He helps us to know.
I literally made him a t-shirt that said "No Sam, no jam."
Oh, yeah, fair.
That's good. I like that.
That is appreciation.
Yeah.
No Sam, no jam.
Yeah. No,
love
it's
that,
our
actually.
it's our little saying now because it's so accurate.
Fair
We
enough.
literally need him.
So, can you guys speak a little more deeply about the difference between the phase 1 and the actual event, like the main event?
Yep.
You
want to go?
Yeah, well, we said briefly earlier, I think, about the phase 1 kind of being there to give opportunities to the newcomers. So it's a category in itself, and of itself, and English.
Subtitles.
I'm going to let you say what the actual rules are.
Oh god!
Because your brain's better. Get the list. Prepare the list. Because we do have some rules so that people can't just come in and already be very good and experienced, and then it's not fair for everybody else.
Yeah.
So every year we've done it. We've changed it slightly because we're learning what should or shouldn't be within this category, at least for what fits our branding and what we want to, less so branding, more what we want to promote.
Like your values. And everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is for newcomers. We also have it so that if you're under a certain age, you can enter no matter what your experience. And then over that age, it's a certain amount of years experience within battling, and then there's Lee is going to go with the list in a moment when he finds it of
This is
what
just
the
a quick
actual
stall.
rules are, but they are on the website and everything. It's all there. And we have like a document, a Google Doc thing for registration that you literally have to click.
Like how many years
Check the
experience
box and
everything.
all of that before you even get to the point where it's like, yes, you are eligible, or no, you are not.
Yeah.
So we've implemented that this year. The main event is
Everyone.
open. Yeah. So we are going to make it that you can't do both this year. So you can't do the phase 1 and the main event. Choose one. That helps us with time constraints because we are really limited on time. But also it's just if you're in a position where you feel confident enough to enter that the main event category, then
You probably have too much experience for phase 1.
exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but we will have in the main event. That's basically a qualifier to get to the top 10 dancers of the concept that Lee spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
And we have an open category and we have a B-girl category. The top 4 from the open category,
Top 4 from the open.
top 4 from the open goes straight into the last one standing concept, and the top 2 B girls go straight into the last one standing concept alongside 4 invites
Okay, cool.
that we have not yet announced, but will be soon.
That may or may not have been one of the questions.
Crossed off.
Oh yeah.
I'm
was wondering
literally
about that,
almost
Ben.
at the rules. Bear with me. I'm blind as a bat. I can't see anything.
I think I'll find them.
I got 'em. I found it.
Oh, there we go.
A little bit of competition
Phase
helps
one
everyone.
There we go. I kind of didn't hear everything else. Am I good to go?
Yeah. Just go with the phase 1 rules.
So, who can enter this category is for newer dancers with limited battle experience. To enter, you must meet all of the following categories. So, you can enter if you've been battling for less than 2 years, you've entered fewer than 10 battles, you've won. You can enter if I need to change that. You've not won a beginner battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put them in my notes.
I've said, I've got a spelling error here. Street dance based competitions do not count. So basically, not including the things like the UDOs, IDOs, the GDOs, the BDOs.
Just purely battles.
All of the DOs.
Yeah, all the DOs.
All of the DOs. But nothing against those. It's just that very often, like a lot of students go to those, even ones I teach, because they also attend those street dance competitions, and they're the only 2 breakers to enter. And then it's one versus the other. They've not had to compete against anyone else, and one wins.
Or sometimes people show up and there's literally like 3 people in your category.
That's what I mean. So then they don't get any experience. So it's
Yeah, so
I'm
those
not
don't
counting
count
those.
in our world.
Completely different dynamic comps and
Yeah.
battles as well.
Yeah.
It says here you are yet to qualify for any open level battle tournaments. So if, for example, you've gone to an event and you've just not qualified yet.
Okay.
You know, I literally saw a guy post about it recently, and he was like, "I love this dance. I don't know why, but I love it." And it literally showed him competing at 20 events, never qualifying once.
Damn. Fair enough.
So can't remember the guy's name. It was international.
Welcome him.
And it says here you are 12 years old or less. If you're 12 years old or less, you can kind of enter anyway. Because I feel like, you know, at that age,
You physically cannot have that much experience if you're only 12 anyway.
Exactly.
we say that the difficulty is when it becomes international. Because as an example, an 11-year-old just broke the world record for the most air flares.
Oh, what is that? What is that record? Do you know?
158.
I don't think they're coming to the last one standing though.
Air flares.
Oh, God.
Let me
Yeah,
show
Bella,
you.
get out.
Dancer.
Right, get out.
I can't actually do one.
Bella, I'll show you later.
Fair enough. Amy's got it.
I won't show you as in I can't do it, but like I will show you a video later.
So yeah, we proceed to then say you cannot enter if you've qualified for top 16 in an open level battle, you've won a beginner battle before, and also if you are like sponsored for breaking, because let's be honest, if you're sponsored, you're not a beginner.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the
So
checklist.
Kane, like Kane, you can't do it.
Kane, you can't do the phase 1. Sorry,
Not happening, mate.
Unfortunately, you were sponsored by Red Bull.
no
You cannot do
consolid.
it.
He's sponsored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure Kane actually works with Red Bull. He's like somewhere in the company of it.
Sick.
So who are the judges going to be this year?
So we've announced 2. First one we announced was Isaac Brandt, who was, I mean, Soul Mavericks doesn't really exist anymore. But if
Yeah.
you think back to like, you know, when Soul Mavericks was at his prime, Isaac was one of the main hitters in that squad. Me and him competed a lot together, battled a lot together. And I always want to make sure there's a Maverick on the panel because the crew did a lot for the
Yeah.
100%.
Pre-lockdown, Isaac was a massive name.
Yeah, he won most
Yeah.
of the solo battles in the country.
He was traveling a lot, and
In fact, I can't name one he hasn't won.
exactly.
So yeah, Isaac Brandt, full name. I'm going to bait him out because I don't really care.
He's
He
an
used to be known-
artist. He's an artist now.
yeah, so it used to be known as Wavy Bean.
Oh,
Wavy bean.
that's
And then he changed it to just Wavy. But
Oh
Wait,
no, it
no,
should have been just Bean.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's never just a bean.
but no, he's one of the nicest guys I know, and he's one of the most experienced breakers
Yeah.
from his generation in the country. So, you know, he's from the same gen as Sonny.
Yeah, you definitely need some like older generational judges, I think.
Yeah.
It's so funny to think of him as older generation.
I know, 'cause he's still
in my
younger.
head he's not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
you're
breaking
right.
develops so fast that I feel like
It's true.
just a few years ago. it's
I mean, the other
different now.
two judges are older gen than
Yeah.
that. So
Even older.
we've got Spin representing Primal
Yeah.
Instincts and also another Soul Maverick back when Mavericks happened. So yeah, we had
Yeah.
we've got Spin on the panel, who this annoys me to say, but he's the most qualified trivium judge in the country. I'm number 2, and he beat me by 2%.
Oh.
Yeah, we all did the exam together. Me, Gavin, AJ, Spin, and they sent us our results from when we took the exam, and we all passed. And it was like Spin, then me, and I was like, I didn't get it.
By
He got me.
2%.
Basically, one question right more than me.
But you
on
got
the
to tell
exam.
everyone it's 2% so no one thinks you're like lacking.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. So other than Renegade, who helped build the Trivium system, Spin is now, probably the top qualified judge in the country. And so we've got him involved. I think it's really important to have someone who has that certification on there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we also have, I don't even know how to explain, because he's an absolute monster. If you see this guy dance, you will be shocked of how strong he is. His name is Banner, like Bruce Banner, the Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay, man, this guy he's a beast. And he's one of the UK's top powerheads to ever do it. And yeah, you'll see when we release because we haven't
The,
released
like,
K yet.
videos
When we
and
release
stuff.
the video, you'll see some of the stuff he can do is just unreal. And I know he was on a show before with a close friend of mine, Gavin, and Gav was talking about his press-up regime every night and was basically saying it's impossible. I mean, the guy's doing like planche press-ups
Yeah.
for chilling.
I mean,
It's
I
just
literally checked his Instagram, I think yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I was like prepping the post because we're going to announce him this evening. And he's doing pull-ups, but with like 90 kg attached to him.
That's not
What the
Like, in addition to his body weight. I'm like the opposite. When I'm trying to practice pull-ups, I've got like extra weight to help me like push me up. He's adding it to pull him down. I was like, are you joking?
No, he is a beast, and there was one point where, I mean, he was doing moves that people still can't do today.
Yeah.
Like there's one where he pushes up and he spins. There's nothing holding him there. There's nothing holding him there. He's spinning on his hand, with his arm bent like this, and he's just rotating around.
What the hell?
When was like his main, like the time?
Before
from-
my gen. So he was the generation before me. So he was actually, to be fair, if we think about it, he's actually also technically first generation Soul Mavericks.
Really?
Yeah. When Kev first put together Soul Mavericks in 2005, Kay joined for a brief time and then left to focus on his own thing because it wasn't for him, which is fair enough. So yeah, we technically have 3 people that are affiliated in some way with Mavericks on the panel.
Controversial.
They're not anymore. Mavericks don't exist anymore. Now we've got Isaac, who does his own thing, / Breaking Nest.
Potential.
Breaking
And he
Nest.
makes really cool art.
He does make really cool art.
Check it out.
Spin, Primal Instincts, and then Banner is Foundations crew, one of the original London crews. So yeah,
That's also cool that there's 3 generations essentially on the panel as
There's
well.
like nothing
which I'm
anyone
literally-
can be like, oh,
just
but they're
realising.
this, they're this. No, you literally
They
have 3
will.
generations. Yeah, I know they will, but
someone will say
Everyone-
something.
Oh, for sure.
There's always
We
someone.
always get someone every year.
I feel like that happens at every battle, every event.
Oh, for sure. You can't do everything right.
No.
And then we'll change something and someone will complain about that. And then we're like, cool, we're just trying to do a good thing. Yeah. What was the question? Judges.
yeah.
Completely.
Isaac Brandt, Spin, Kay, Banner. Let's go. Full
Yeah.
squad. It's a beast of a judging panel. It's going to be good.
So I've got are there any invites to the events?
Oh, yeah. I touched on it briefly. But basically, yes, there are.
There are 4 invites, and they're amazing. But we're doing a little reveal online.
Secret.
So it's a secret right now. But we'll see very soon.
Yeah.
But there is.
Suspense.
Yeah.
Build a bit of tension. Fair enough.
Should we
We're
reveal
gonna-
maybe
yeah.
the countries they're from? No, because that's baiting them out.
No clues. Just
No, you
we're
do
going
not get a
we're
clue.
going to do the little post where
It's like-
you can have a little guess online if you want to involve yourself and engage with our content.
So they're going to be like a picture of them,
Please
but
guess.
like blacked out,
Oh, cool.
and then a question mark.
Yeah,
and then we're
inspired
just
by
inspired by Red Bull. I'll be
other-
honest.
other
I just want to
events.
create some,
That suspense tension.
yeah,
Yeah.
That stuff. Get people a bit excited about it.
exactly.
Because I feel like stuff like that would excite me. And I'm just like, okay, well, can you release it now then?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I will say Red Bull were the first to do it, which makes us biters, but at the same time...
Lots of people have bit stuff from our event too, so you know.
Oh.
And that's the only controversial thing I'm going to say. That is the only thing.
That's hilarious.
It's all right. We're all sharers here. It's a community. We share.
Yeah, as long as you haven't copyrighted it, it's
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. It's fine.
Watch now, they have, and we just get a lawsuit in our inbox, like, you're going to get fined, I don't know, £300,000 or something.
Oh, darn.
So has anything ever gone like ridiculously wrong at these events?
Yes.
Oh, are we getting the top 10 or top 1?
No, there's one very big particular one
There's
that
two.
happened.
One at the last Star Stand-In was when the music just cut out.
That's the main one for me.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Is it last style standing that the music cut?
Yes, yeah. So I believe it was to do with the fact the England game was running and everyone was logged onto the Wi-Fi and it just crashed. And because we're in Samsung and Samsung KX and the whole venue is linked together by the Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi went down, the whole venue just shut down.
Yeah. So, like,
Awesome.
obviously we thought it was the music at first, so everyone's like, DJ.
Everyone just
and the
looked at
DJ's
George
like,
and his
it's-
hands went like this.
nothing to do with me. Then we realised, like, the mics were gone, like, everything was gone. The payment systems, we couldn't even take payments on the cafe. The stalls that were selling clothing, shout out to Smokem,
Which is
couldn't
another
take-
partner of ours.
another partner of
Yeah, we're
ours.
dropping it slowly, just quickly, in, you know, like a, what's it called, an advert. Smoke 'em clothing, represent.
We love them, and their
Yeah.
stuff is fresh and really comfy and good quality. Anyway, so they couldn't even take their payments on their cards. Like, nothing. Everything literally came to a halt. Lee is losing his freaking mind. He's like,
Right, who's got a speaker?
literally has,
Who's
like,
got a phone?
mental breakdown. And
Everyone just kept coming up to me going, what do we
What
do?
do we do?
I had like 100 people around me going, what do we do? And I was like,
it was, I mean,
I don't know. What do we do?
bless Marcus, he was in the middle of his round.
Yes.
I actually posted that because it's so sick. And again, at the time, we thought it was just the music cutting out. So, like, Marcus, I think he literally does a back tuck. And as he lands, the music cuts. And then he's just like, stops for a second. Then he's like, meh. And then he just continues dancing.
Fair enough.
So good. Finishes his round and everyone's giving it, no
Yeah.
music or whatever it is. And, it was a really cool vibe. So, like, that little part was like, yeah, look at us.
Yeah.
Like, everyone came together and, like, pulled together. But then little did we know that half an hour would pass before we got music again.
Half an hour and a half.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh,
An
God.
hour
My
and a half.
memory
It was
deceives me.
insanely long. And luckily, shout out to Jade Hackett, who was hosting at the time. She took over.
Another female, by the way.
yeah.
The girls are sick.
She just
Anyway.
locked in. She was like, right, we get a speaker, because Samsung have speakers in the venue. They got a speaker linked up. And she went, right, we're going to do this old school, because actually our event is it uses the tech a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have tablets for the judges. Instead of just voting like this, they press a button for the orange or the red side.
And it comes up, doesn't
Orange
it?
or red, I
Yeah,
just picked two random
comes up
colours.
on
But
the-
yeah, it comes up on the screen behind them. We couldn't do any of that. So she just went, let's go old school. And she hosted the whole event without a mic
Yeah.
for the next like hour and a half. She just got it moving.
Like,
I
she came up
tried.
to the cafe and she's like, I'm going to need some warm water for my throat. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
she
she
I
was-
can't pay
absolutely
for it because
smashed
card machine's down.
oh, she didn't have to pay.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no,
Not when she
sick.
saved our event.
No,
Yeah, fair
No.
enough. You might as well just pay her even more after that.
no, she deserves
Just like
it.
Jade.
Yeah.
Lindsay knows that next time she's going to cut it off on purpose. She's like, all right, where's the extra money?
yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the worst thing. Yeah, no, this year it's gonna go smooth and amazing.
Don't jinx
It is a
yourself.
shame as well that we're not going to have Hero 10 return because he did win and it was an obliteration.
It was.
He won. I've never seen anyone do that. Like, he won 11 rounds back to back.
Didn't he win the break mission?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Fucking go.
Yeah.
11 rounds is crazy because you take a 7 to Smoke as an example. If you win all 7 rounds, because it's 8 breakers, if you beat all 7 people in a row, you win the event straight away. He did that and more. And that's never heard of even in a 7 to Smoke for breaking. Because if you're against people all of the same standards, you get to that point and you're tired. You get 3 or 4 rounds in and you're finished.
And he didn't throw any rounds either. Like, like as you're getting tired, you could go in, just do a 6-step and walk back out.
Yeah.
As a tactful, like, way of just bowing out at that point.
I'm going to rest. Yeah, no, you
He
can
did not.
No,
he just
went,
kept going full rounds, constant. Like he was mashed up afterwards. So he was literally he was on the floor like no more.
That's
11 rounds in a row and 14 in total, which means he almost took 50% of the lives in that battle.
And that's not including the qualifiers. He qualified that full day as well.
Yeah, he
qualified
wasn't
on the
invite.
day.
He
He
just
was-
turned up on the
yeah.
day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to
Yeah.
battle. It was.
We didn't know he was coming until the day of.
He
That's
showed
quite
the level.
exciting, actually.
Yeah.
Like having just Hero 10 to shop.
It was really nice. We were like down the road having lunch, and we saw because Stephanie was judging first, so she was there early, and they turned up together, and I was like, I think this means
you at the
Hero
right
10
place?
is going to enter. Yeah,
Joseph's face was even better. 'cause
Oh, I
Joseph's
yeah,
can
a
true.
imagine.
It's true.
I can imagine. I feel like that
So,
was
yeah,
like
we were excited.
Joseph's face was definitely like
Yeah.
from that. Draw on the floor.
Yeah. He's such a fanboy, isn't he?
But no, like Hero did say to us in the message, he was like, "Oh, sorry, I can't make it. You know, I love the event. I would
Yeah.
have to come back. So,
Yeah,
you know, maybe
he was gonna.
we can
but-
get him back for future stuff
Oh, for sure.
because he's here in the UK quite often.
He is welcome. Obviously.
Have you seen
Potentially
Hero 10?
go get Joseph to go
You
beg.
need to watch Hero
Yeah.
10.
Oh,
There's certain breakers where it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. You watch them, you're impressed, and Hero
Yeah.
10 is one of them. It's unreal.
I feel like when I watch any breakers, though, I just think it's crazy when people can dance. I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. Any type of dancing, I'm like, that's incredible.
So
That's
unskilled.
can.
Anyone can dance.
If I tried hard enough. Actually, I did go to like when I was like 11. I went to like a little break dancing thing. I'd never been so tired in my life. I was like, Mum, I'm not doing this ever.
Yeah, no, it's
Too
why I
tired
don't
to
do it. It's too hard.
She got way too excited at the first Freestyle Friday I took her to.
When I went to Freestyle Friday, I was so.
I think it
hyped.
was.
It was amazing.
Oh,
I
who is
freaking
it?
loved it.
His name's beginning with E. I can't remember. He did something, and people were like running in, and Bella, with no knowledge, just started running in. And I was like, Bella, do you actually know what's happening? Like,
Oh, that
I
was
love
so
that.
amazing. I thought it was so fun because I'd never had any knowledge of breakdance or any type of dancing before this. And Amy took me to a couple of things. I was like, this is amazing. I love
Yeah.
this. Get me on the podcast. Like,
then we went scouting for people on the podcast, which
Yeah,
is where
exactly.
Barney and Joseph came in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we saw them they were the only breakers at Freestyle Friday, and we were like, what's the most knowledgeable, like right now, and it was around the Olympics time. So we were like, oh, breakers, and then they were the only two breakers there, so we were like, okay, cool, I guess we're picking them.
That's actually funny.
I don't know if you know, they're my two students as well.
yeah,
So
I knew Barney was a student.
you end up with
Yeah.
those two idiots.
I could have contacted Hero 10, but no, Barney and Joseph came on.
No, they're great.
No,
and
they are great.
They're
They-
good fun. So I think
To be honest, we were
Yeah.
more attracted to our dynamic with both of them as friends as well.
I know.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they're really
yeah,
good
yeah,
friends.
no, they-
Yeah, on them on the podcast, it was fun.
Yeah.
They vibe off each other. Every training session is entertaining. You never know what's going to come out of one of their mouths. It's especially Joseph.
I mean they're both interesting characters.
But we love them.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like my children.
Aw.
So
I know.
if we take when Maverick started, Renegade started it, and he had two breakers started with him, which was Mouse and Gabs. And then that helped build the crew from there. So now I'm starting a crew,
Yeah.
which is Risky Business Crew. And Risky,
Oh, a fish?
Yeah, a fish is a fish. Risky Business and Risky Business, the two generals, the two main members,
Yeah,
or the
founding members.
the founding members
maybe?
are Barney
Yeah.
and Joseph. So
Yeah.
I'm cutting them out and winding them up, but
Yeah.
there'd be
But
no crew
you-
if it wasn't for them.
You love them. He loves them.
He just knows not to get their ego up too much by being that nice. Like you guys, I'm really glad you guys are here, but I don't need you. But like, I'm glad you guys are there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. He's nicer than your coach was to you, so
Yeah, I at least give them like one compliment a year.
yeah.
I want you to stick around. So this
Least-
is one compliment.
Yeah, exactly. Lee's still
That's
begging
hilarious.
Renegade for compliments. He's like, I'm doing good, right?
Oh.
So, could you please tell everyone all the details of your event? Just everything. Just get out.
Okay, so
dates,
last one
everything.
standing, July the 6th.
It's a Sunday,
It's a Sunday.
not a Saturday. Everyone always thinks it's a Saturday. Don't turn on Saturday. We won't be there. Sunday the 6th.
Intense.
Sunday the 6th of July.
It is. We actually are having workshops this year,
cool.
which are just about to be announced. So the workshops will run from 12 till 3. They're very limited spacing because the idea of the workshops is to integrate tech with the dancing. So the break-in workshop will be run by Simon, SML. Simon
Smell my
Mid-Air,
legs.
yeah.
Smell my legs.
Such a cute-
Simon, I'm so sorry, bro.
Please watch the rest of this to understand the context of that, by the way.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
don't want anyone to just watch this bit and be like, why are they calling him Smell My Legs?
Oh,
Simon, Mid-Air, Lee.
Yes.
Mid-Air Movements
Mid-Air,
Workshop.
Yes.
They will all be attached. Well, they can if they want. They can have Samsung Galaxy watches to
Oh,
track.
cool.
They don't get to keep them.
Sorry.
Fair.
And otherwise, that's going to
We
be an expensive
wish.
workshop. They get to wear them and have their like sort of vitals monitored. And it will be up on a
cool.
screen so they can see how hard they're working, how many calories they're burning, and things like that.
This is
during
really
the
cool,
workshop.
actually.
Yeah.
How many steps they do?
Yeah.
How many?
And that's it. Right.
I was thinking there was like a top rock step that's called like, oh yeah, Indian step. How many Indian steps they do? How many cross steps they do? Oh, that would
You
be
went to Top Rock
funny.
and forgot all of your steps.
Because I just thought top rock. Anyways,
Right,
so
moving
that
on.
would be funny if I'd said it the first time.
So that's the break-in workshop, and that's with Simon, who's an incredible teacher, definitely worth coming down to. We have a workshop with King James from Ill Warriors
cool.
up in Derby, and he's actually an incredible artist. So he does graffiti, street art, he designs things like album covers, he does a bunch of different art and things like that. I'm not very good at selling this because I don't know the terminology. And I've not got the brief yet from him.
We're waiting.
You're going to be in trouble.
When I get my hands on it.
And
just kidding.
they'll get Galaxy tablets with S Pens to draw because we can't go around
That's
Samsung
cool.
KX
That's so
and graffiti on actual walls.
Yeah.
That's not going to go down
Yeah.
well. So yeah, they'll get the tablets and get to do that. And then we have the legend that is DJ Renegade hosting a DJing workshop.
That is
which
really
isn't
cool.
Samsung based.
That's
tech,
not something
but-
that you're used to as well. And like battles and stuff. Like, you don't really, you get workshops, but
That's why we're
that's
doing
different.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a gap there that needs and should be filled for a bit, want of a better word. So yeah,
He's
That's
also
why we're
amongst
doing
like
it.
the top DJs on the planet for like breaking and battling in general.
yeah,
He's so knowledgeable of that, and I think that's someone that definitely should. Well, he's obviously going to do the workshop, so people should be coming to learn from him if they want to learn how to
Yeah.
DJ.
I think if you do want to book onto that, literally do it as soon as the tickets drop, because even though we haven't announced it yet, I don't know when this actual podcast is coming out, but if it comes out before or after the announcement, who knows. But from the few people that we have mentioned it to, they're extremely interested in the DJM one. So if they're not already sold out by the time you hear me say this, book your ticket, because we literally have the smallest amount of spaces.
Each workshop is limited to 10 people.
10 people. That is
No
it.
level. Anyone can do it. You can do it if you want.
I think that's nicer though. A lot of
You want to learn
personal
to dance?
attention.
Come to Simon's
There's
workshop.
just
Let's
not,
go.
there's not enough space and there's not enough resources.
Yeah.
And it's our first time doing it as well. If it goes really well, maybe next time we can work to make it more accessible, whatever. But yeah, let's see how it goes. But I really think, especially someone like Renegade and doing a DJing workshop, which is so few and far between, you're going to have to book that fast. So do that.
And then after that, we have the actual registration kicking off on 4 p.m. So there'll be an hour's break there where we'll reset the venue. 4 p.m. registration will kick off, and then the prelims and the qualifiers start from 5. Shout out to all of our partners and sponsors. So We Unico, they are sponsoring, not sponsoring us, they're partnering with us.
Yeah.
And
They provide
are
all of our
providing
cash prizes,
The cash
so.
prizes, which is we got 400 for the winner, 200 for the assassin, and 100 for the phase 1 winner.
really
So
good.
there's
Yeah.
some good prize money up for that. Smokem are providing all the staff's t-shirts. They made this one, and this was the logo, which has Smokem and We Unico in it anyway, as well as Reckless London and Smokem clothing here. So there'll be a lot of prizes provided by Shane
as well,
from
yeah.
Smokem, which is amazing.
And they'll have a
partner.
stall there as well, so you can buy
Yeah.
your own stuff.
Another partner we've got is the Spartan Project, who we are working with them. They are a calisthenics. You came down, didn't you, to the Spartan Project, the Brixton Street Gym
Yes.
event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went as well.
Oh, you came as well.
also
Yes,
came
you
to
came.
that,
You came to that
yes.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
now. I was also
I
there. That was really
didn't.
fun.
I was
I
working.
actually enjoyed that.
I mean, that
Food
was
really good though.
it was good, wasn't it?
So nice.
So the idea of the Spartan
topic.
project, I'm probably going to undersell this or not explain it properly, but he provides opportunities for young people, literally. At the moment, it's mainly aimed at calisthenics, so things like outdoor gyms, doing workouts and getting groups of people together. But for example, he did that thing at Brixton Street Gym where he had people with cooking.
Yeah.
He had the breaking stuff happening. It's just to basically provide opportunities for young people and help them out the best he can.
Underprivileged.
He
Yeah,
got like
he's amazing.
You check out his Instagram because
Yeah.
he's doing so many amazing things for people and he vlogs it all. It's really, really good. So he's
Yeah.
working with us as well. So that's our charity link
Yes.
because they're a charity. Who am I missing?
Eccentric.
Rexcentric is a sponsor.
Sponsor.
So they're sponsoring us with prizes. Sterex, old school b-boy from the UK,
Always supports.
always supports jams. He was at Break Mission. It was really great to see him there as well. Sterex basically has created this brand and he just helps and supports the breaking events.
Yeah.
And he's a really cool guy.
An all-round good egg.
Yeah, he
We
is,
like
he is.
him.
And his stuff is fresh as well. Especially, I know you love dinosaurs. She does love dinosaurs. Don't even try and get out of it.
I'm not getting out of it. I'm saying
Yes. And the logo is a T-Rex.
Oh,
Hence
cool.
T-Rex, right?
Yeah.
And Rex Hedger, he's got this little dinosaur logo. It's really cool and it's actually fresh.
it is fresh.
I've got a hat
Yes.
and I always wear it. Who am I missing now? Capsule, we've mentioned, are
mentioned.
supporting us for media.
Yeah.
And
The legit.
The legits. Sorry,
one.
MG. Yes, sorry, MG. This is really important. So the Legits are the Legit Blast Festival. The Legits are a clothing company, and Outbreak is an event. And they sort of, I believe, teamed up. I don't know the full story of it, but they have the Legit Blast Festival or Outbreak Festival in Slovakia. Huge event, one of the biggest ones on the planet.
Yeah.
And I messaged MG and just said, like, would the Legits be willing to sponsor us? And he literally didn't even need any more explanation. He just said, I appreciate the vision. I will send you some clothing.
Cool.
Wow.
And he's then one-upped again for this one. And so for the winner of the battle gets a festival pass to...
For the phase 1 battle.
No.
No?
The winner of the last one
My bad.
standing gets a festival
False
pass
information.
to the actual Legit Blast Festival,
Wow.
which is, I believe, over £100 worth, which is a great prize. We're not paying for the flights to Slovakia or hotels.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Fair.
We
if
can't
you
afford
win,
it, so.
you get £400. So then you can book your own flight and your own hotel, and you can go to Outbreak for free.
Loophole.
True.
Yes,
So just
and
win it.
yeah,
Yeah. Basically, everyone should go win.
I mean, a lot of literally they had thousands and thousands of people there last year. It was amazing. It's
so
it's
good.
I've
such a
never
good
been,
festival.
but I would really like to go.
The days leading up to it, up to the Legit Blast, they have a thing called the Youth is the Future Camp, which is just a camp for anyone to go to, but the idea of, pushing the youth in the breaking scene, and they get to work with the top breakers on the planet. So I believe I'm looking at people like Lil Zoo and Menno from Red Bull BC1 All-Stars I've seen on the list. Intact, who's a footwork guy from Roughneck Attack crew. I should know my stuff, to be honest. But these guys are some of the best people on earth
Yeah.
at what they do, and they're teaching a whole camp for a week. That's worth £250, and the phase 1 category winner gets a free pass into that camp.
That
So
is
they still
really
have to get
cool.
themselves
That's
out
really
there,
Good, yeah.
but they get to go and work with the top breakers on the planet. So if they don't go, they're stupid. Because I would go to that and go and train myself.
Yeah. It's a big prize.
It is. It is. So that's and we may have another, but we don't know yet. So we've got a meeting with them on Thursday.
Yes.
I don't know why I
cool.
even said that. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter. It's okay. It's been a long day.
And so I've said event, I've said sponsors and partners. Qualifiers kick off at 5. Main event from 8 p.m.
Okay.
There you go.
The one probably most important thing. Main event
Yes.
8
The
p.m.
last one
Literally,
standing.
The last
with,
one standing concept.
with the 4 guests that haven't been mentioned, the 4 qualifiers from the open category and the 2 Bigos from the Bigo category go head to head with 3 lives and see who is the last one standing.
That is really
2025.
sick.
Wow.
So is there anything you guys want to say before you come off? Anything you want everyone to know?
Wasn't ready for that question.
No?
I'm seeing a loading screen.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Get your tickets online.
Are they
On
out
the
now?
website.
It's limited
Yes.
capacity.
Tickets are available to book on the Last One Standing jam.com website. The link is in our bio on the Instagram if you would prefer to find it that way. But yes, tickets are online. There's spectator tickets. There's seated spectator VIP tickets. They're almost 50% sold out already. So if you want to sit down, buy them quick. They sell out every single year. And we have dancer tickets separately. So yeah, you can also register on the website. The registration for phase 1 category and the main event category are on there. And yeah, I think that's it.
It's limited capacity. Just leaving that. I keep saying it.
Last year we sold out. We had a waiting list.
Waiting list is crazy.
We literally had a waiting list the night before. I had it so I had maybe 10 spaces left, and I made sure that those were kept for dancers. So the spectator list went straight to a waiting list.
Damn.
So yeah, and it was 1 in, 1 out. So
basically, everyone get on the website right now.
Yeah,
get your tickets.
Get them
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
just it's safe, better to be safe than sorry. We are very last minute people ourselves. We'll turn up to jams, but I'm just advising you not to. I get it, but yeah, it's better to be safe. We're so limited. We don't control the venue, obviously, and they're quite strict with us. So yeah, get your tickets, and we'll see you there.
Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Yeah,
That was
you're
actually
welcome.
fun. I was well nervous.